Hi, I don't know if you could see me, so I'll move this. I am doing my toy analysis, and you saw the toy that I'm going to be analyzing, but I'll just kind of give you a little runaround. Okay, so I'm doing this at work, so I hope you guys can hear and see everything I'm saying. I'm going to go through the different things that we're supposed to point on for this, but I'm going to start out by pointing out that this is a multi-unit toy that can be used for not only the skills that we're going to talk about in this video, but it can also be used to observe for an occupational therapist to observe a child's attention span based upon how much they spend on each section of the toy. So, with that being said, let's get started. This toy, I would say, is a general neutral toy that can be used for ages 18 months and I would say up. I would say 18 months to about 3 to 4 years old, but there's also the whiteboard side that can be used if a child wants to practice handwriting and stuff like that. So that can be even 6 years old, around that age. The fine motor skills that can be used are all over this toy. For example, there are pinching and grasping mechanisms on not only on the top for moving the toys around, but also for moving these over for this pegboard, moving it around here, and then even tapping here, that can be used as a fine motor skill. But as for a gross motor skill, to get, as they play this can be more of a gross motor activity for these sorts of motions. This even comes off. It's locked right now for safety reasons. But this top portion even comes off, and that can be considered a gross motor skill by taking it on and off. And then as far as cognition, these pegs can be used for counting. Let's see what other notes I took. This may also fall under the cognition category, but how to maneuver yourself as well as the pegs around the twirly wire can also be use cognitive skills. Culture. I don't know if you can see, but these are farm or zoo animals. So that is going to be culture specific to the United States. Zoos may not be everywhere around the world. It may be specific to certain cultures. And as far as culture, I would say that's probably the biggest culture relevant aspect of the toy. The perceptual skills, there are different colors, as you can see. There's yellow, blue, red. Those are kind of visual perceptive, figuring out how to get the pegs in a certain, like with the shapes. That can be a perceptive skill. The safety skill I kind of talked about, having this on, but also the corners of the toy can be something to be safety aware of. Piaget, I don't know if I'm saying that right, but Piaget's theory is kind of about cognition and intellectual frame of reference. So this toy can use a lot of cognitive skills. So like I said earlier, this can be used for counting. That would be cognitive based, as well as being able to problem solve, how to get all colors in one area, a different color in this area, or a different color in this area. So being able to recognize that some pieces are going to have to maneuver around in order to get the blue over. That's going to use cognition. The sensory motor, the senses, motor, and mental capabilities all would fall under Piaget's theory. Parton's theory is correlated to social participation. as far as social participation, the toy would be more likely a solitary or parallel, depending on the environment that the child is playing the game in. So if they're playing this by themselves with nobody around, that would be more of a solitary activity. But if they're playing the game by themselves while other children played other games in the same area, I would consider that more parallel. And then adaptations for all different abilities could be, so I used the example a lot about counting, but instead we can just simplify it for using the pinch. And so that could be a modification. What's another modification? So same thing here. These pegs can be moved without having to color coordinate them or to make them harder. We can have the child do all the red into one section, and so on and so forth. And then lastly, I would recommend this toy for others just because there are so many different elements to this toy. So it can be used for, as we mentioned in this video, cognition, fine motor skills. There's a few gross motor skills. Maybe not so much social participation, but I would definitely recommend this to work on those skills, and it can also be a fun activity. So sorry if you couldn't see me, but I'm videotaping this at work and I didn't have anybody to do it for me. So thanks for watching.